Hey you, come on, sit down. Ho, ho, ho. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and my partner in crime, right this way, this way.
John Jacobs, you really fubbed that up, Jesse, so you confused me for a second.
I know, I always forget. You have to look this way. It's this way is not you, but this way is you. It's weird.
Correct.
I'm never going to be one of those those flight attendants be like, all right, go right here, exit's right there. The plane starts crashing, like there is no exit. It's like I fucked up. I'm sorry,
you'll get people killed.
I'm gonna get people killed. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are in a very festive mood because it's the holidays. It's the holidays.
Holiday time.
And we're very excited for it. And we're going to talk about Christmas nostalgia. But before we go any further, I need to say three things. Number one, share that link. Share that link. Spread the joy. Spread the cheer. We're going to have a good time. We want to listen to your comments. Make sure you comment anytime you want to jump in on the show. And as always, if you can't see our whole entire show tonight, it'll be on YouTube tomorrow. So check us out at the Grown Ups Table on YouTube and hit subscribe, like, love it, have 3 kids with it, and just
a lot of kids.
Just make memories, guys. Just make memories. That's all I'm trying to say here, okay? But we're very excited today. But before we get into much to do with what we're doing, I know that John, you have some news. You have something you need to tell us.
Well, yeah, I do actually. So, for the last 13 months, I've been growing out my beard to this monstrosity. At first, it just started as No Shave November last year of 2019, and I just decided to see where it could go. And when we started doing our pre-production for the show, that's when it really started to show and grow out. And when we share pictures from that time in the past, you can see how much shorter it was. But so here we are now, December 2020. It's really long, and I love it to death. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love having this hellaciously long, bushy beard, but it gets in the way of things. Most notably, since it's wintertime, I am constantly getting it caught in coat and zip-up hoodie zippers, which is really...
I didn't even think about that. That's...
Yeah. And it doesn't really hurt, but it just sucks trying to get the zipper out. Food is a problem. I got my favorite McRib last weekend, and it was just so all over the place. I had to wash my beard to get it out. And then it smelled like barbecue sauce all day. So, and it also catches crumbs of like Pop-Tarts or like, sandwiches. So it's just like... It's time to do something. So you got
to at that point.
This Sunday, I will be going to Salon Lofts in German Village to have my man Joseph Camp give me the full salon treatment. We are trimming, shaping, and styling my beard. The long mass is gone, and I know I wear bandanas a lot, but I really have long hair. Let me show everybody. This is about 9 months of growth.
Everybody take a look and take note, okay? That's all I'm going to say right now. Woo! Look at that. It's like a L'Oreal. It's like a L'Oreal.
Dude, L'Oreal for men, man. So that's about 9 months of growth, and I am also getting that cut. Now, I've decided to actually grow my hair out. I haven't had long hair since 1997 when I cut off my chin-length hair that was shaved underneath so I could pull back into the samurai ponytail. Again, it was 1997. Anyone alive there knows that style. They know what I'm talking about. I believe it was called the mop, and then when you pulled it back, the little samurai ponytail. It was awesome. But then I cut all my hair off in 1997. I've had short hair ever since. So I figured, why the hell not? It's COVID time. Let's grow out. Let's see what happens.
Let's get weird.
So this is what's happened. I'm going to grow it longer, but we're going to style it. We're going to do some old techniques to it that involve blow drying, vented brushes, and a cutting technique called feathering, because I am going to mimic one of my greatest musician favorites of all time. That's right, Mr. Barry Gibb from Saturday Night Fever. Barry Gibb is what I am going for. Now, as you can see, the larger picture highlighted on the right is what I'm going to be going for.
That's my hair.
My hair doesn't have the volume or the length to pull off the real big feathering that you see off there to the left, like the one with the blue background or the one with the red, like velvety shirt. I'd love to do that. I mean, that's some like George Michael shit, and I would love to pull that off. But it's not thick and long enough yet. So I'm going to be able to pull off what's on the right because my hair naturally like curls at the bottom like that, like when it dries. But I'm going to keep growing it out to try to pull that off. Now, the only thing that people have to understand is old John's almost 40 and he's starting to bald here up at the top. So I won't have that beautiful swoop that you see in the blue background picture there because I'm balding. But outside of that, the rest of the hair is there, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to roll Barry Gibbs style for a little bit, either until I get tired of it and cut it all off again, or find a different style. Who knows? I might go Fabio with this shit and grow it down halfway down my back. I don't know. Then I'll have a Tennessee waterfall. If I get, bald in the front, long in the back, dye it yellow, boom, there you go, Tennessee waterfall.
I did not know that's called a Tennessee waterfall.
Absolutely. It's one of the best mullets anybody can ever grow. Period. There's two mullets that if you can pull this off, you are a god among humans. One is the Tennessee waterfall. It has to be proper though. Bald and then long, thin, and yellow in the back. It has to be that or it doesn't work.
Not just yellow. I'm talking nicotine-stained teeth yellow.
It's got to be like I was in the year 2000 and I went and bought men's like bleach hair dye and tried to dye my hair blonde. Like that's what it has to look like. Now, the second one doesn't have a name. It just has an image. And that's where you're totally bald, except for one little rectangular patch that's probably shaved down with a number 2 guard in the back. And then within that patch, you have long curls all inside of it. That is unnamed. If anybody watching would like to name that mullet, please drop it in the comments. But
drop it.
This is what I am doing on Sunday. Again, I'm going to Salon Lofts in German Village. Hit up Joseph Camp if you need a great haircut. I'm really excited about it. They're very COVID safe. They sanitize everything. Everybody has individual actual like rooms that they do it in. So it's very, very safe. Nobody's in there but you and the stylist. Everyone's PPE. Like it's probably in my opinion, a really safe place to go. So that's why I've opened up to go. I just wasn't comfortable going anywhere else because, it's just not worth the risk. But I need some grooming. John needs some grooming. So I worked it out with my buddy, and Sunday it is. And, man, I'm actually really excited. I mean, I'm going to have to blow dry it and, like, twist it with the brush. I mean, it's going to be 70s, 80s all over again for your boy John. And I'm really excited about this. Really.
I would try. I just want to fan cast you for the sequel to They Live.
I'll tell you what. Like I told you, I love that film, but I feel like it completely lost it in the third act because you never see the home planet. You never understand the motivation. You don't know if they're on other planets. You have no idea what the civilization of this alien race is, but they're doing a part 2. And supposedly we're going to get those answers. So
no, you're going to get it in the third one. You're going to get it in the third one is on their planet because it's going to be called.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I guess there's a third one. I don't know. I'll have to look more about. We'll have to check that out more. But for right now, speaking of more,
more. What does that mean?
What more means is comedian Ty Moore has now joined us.
Ty, he finally decided to join the show after being 50 minutes late. Just so he can go to the corner store and get some beer.
I'm so glad that hippie John Goodman 90s can join us.
He does kind of look like arachnophobia, John Goodman.
It's one of my openers. I say.
Oh, there we go.
No, I say I look like John Goodman if you tried out for the part of John Stamos on Full House.
Dude, why is that not a thing? Could you imagine if John Goodman was Jesse Kansopoulos?
He pulled off.
My God.
He pulled off.
He pulled off. Getting into college.
Or like when he was in the band and like bought that club.
Yes.
Oh my God. Jesse from Full House had some of the weirdest storylines. He went from an exterminator. Hell, he had a different last name in the first season, and all of a sudden it was Kostopoulos. And they don't talk about it. Like
they just let it go. We're not going to talk about it.
Like, what the hell happened with him? I'm like, whatever.
But Jesse, everyone loves him. They'll forget about it. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
The guy dropped one have mercy, and you can't. It's like.
Now, if I could blow out my hair more, I would love to pull off an Uncle Jesse. Now, not after the haircut mid-series. I'm talking first season when it was bam.
Mullet.
That's the hair
bam. Yeah.
Bam, bam. Give me
mullet Jesse hair.
mullet exterminator playing at nightclubs until 2 a.m. Jesse. Give me that. Give me that guy or nothing.
Before he met the college cheater.
Yeah, before he met Laurie Cheatin' Strode.
Who went to jail and
I called her Laurie Strode. I'm sorry.
Okay, why do you call her Laurie Strode? That's not even the right
It's
one.
not even remotely accurate.
Not at
She's
all.
a goddamn scream queen. You better watch your language more.
Laurie Strode cheated death.
But hey, isn't it interesting that Aunt Becky is not doing all those Hallmark movies anymore? This opens the door for so many more Hallmark movie actors to really rise to the A-list of the Hallmark Channel.
Yep.
I've been trying to throw in my resume. I want it. I want to roll.
Dude, I'll throw it in. I'm like, look, I made 2 really shitty, like gory, like violent movies. Please put me in your Jesus movie about the Christmas spirit. I promise I'll behave.
I would love to be in that.
Dude, we should all 3 be in a Hallmark movie. That's what we need to do.
I don't care.
Here it is. John is Jesus going back in time to the first Christmas.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
You're Jesus, but you go back to the nativity scene.
Dude, you had me at time traveling Jesus. I'm just gonna let you that. You had me. Time traveling Jesus, this guy right here. Here we go. I'll start getting into my Jesus body shape. So thank you for telling me.
You're halfway there. Absolutely.
Here's the tagline. Here's the
if I can suggest something, try starving yourself in the desert for 40 days.
Oh, I will. I got to
really get
a lion or something, a tiger. There's some animal I have to fight while I'm in the desert for those 40 days. I don't know.
You're going to be on fire.
Yeah. The tagline, here it is. He walked on water, and now he'll walk through time.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
He's definitely got a machine gun.
We need to make this movie. This needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God. Dude, this is fantastic. Wow.
This will literally be the best Christmas special to ever exist.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Speaking of Christmas specials, that's what we're doing today. We're starting our season of Christmas specials. I see that Ty Moore has a Christmas sweater on. That's awesome.
Oh, I should have worn my Christmas sweater. I'll wear it next episode. I have a Star Wars Christmas sweater.
You guys have a couple, so I got to go 1 for 1, I felt.
Let's talk Christmas specials, man. Like, this is the time of the year where, NBC, CBS are playing at night the classic Christmas specials. Then we have our modern day movie specials. Now, Ty, growing up at Christmas at your house, what was the movie that drew the whole family together in front of the TV? It wasn't Christmas until that movie came on.
Man, it's going to be tough to narrow it down to just one. But if I can keep it at 2, it would have to be, it's going to sound a little hack, but A Christmas Story.
Yes.
Because it starts Thanksgiving Day night. Like, that's how you
go.
And back then they didn't have the third football game. So after the Cowboys, it's only 7:30. We got to watch something. Turn on Channel 15.
Channel 15.
Yep, that's what TBS was back in Lima.
Oh, dude, Lima, say no more, my friend.
You either watch football or TBS.
Good old Lima. So,
Good old Lima.
Here's a good story. The first time I ever saw A Christmas Story, or that I can remember seeing it, I was at my grandma's house, my dad's mom, and it was towards the end of the night. Like, we had already eaten, and we'd already gone to all the Christmases. This was the last stop before home. And A Christmas Story was on. So we're all in there watching it, and, everything's going great. Well, the scene comes when the kid beats the shit out of the bully. He's got
man. Scott Farkas, man. The guy that ended up being Titus's brother on Titus.
I know.
Incredible fucking ground and pound, that kid. Took him to the ground, full mount, bam, bam, bam. When that scene happened, I cried because I didn't know the context of the story.
Why do you need context, man?
Well, I don't know. The kid kind of looked like my cousin that was getting the shit kicked out of him.
It was too real for Ty. That's what it was. It was too real.
But then I watched the whole movie, and I was like, you should have kicked his ass sooner.
All right, that's your number 1, Ty. What's your number 2? We're going to let you have 2, even though you're kind of cheating already, and you were late. But what's your number 2?
That's how I roll. I make my own rules within reason.
All right, man.
I don't go over the top, but I'm going to make you adjust a little. The second movie got to be The Grinch. Gotta be.
Whoa! There's 3 Grinches
There's
now.
3
Be
of them.
specific.
It started as the cartoon one, and then we all fell in love with the Jim Carrey one.
Yes.
So much so that we went and saw it in theaters. We had to wait a week because the first week in Lima, we only had one theater, and it was sold out the entire first week. So we waited a week and went on like a Tuesday after school. It was great. I didn't even care that I was still in my school uniform.
There you go.
Yeah. Honorable mention, though, I just remembered this. The Heatmeister. What's that one? Heatmeister.
A Year Without Santa.
Year Without a Santa Claus. There's going to be snow in Dixie, all that shit. That would be the one that we have to see after we've already seen the other 2. Once we see the big 3, Christmas can happen.
I love it. That's one funny story about the Grinch thing. I'm not sure if anybody else paid attention to the movie like I did, but did anybody notice the scene when they found the Grinch baby? He was found after an adult hosting a key party.
Yeah.
Anybody else notice that?
Yeah.
They all walked in, they threw their keys in a fucking bowl.
Yeah. They snuck in a nice, like, stay sober or get pulled over ad.
Exactly. And then you're also going to stuck with this baby. That'll teach you to be responsible.
You know they were orgying in there. So, like Susie Screwwho was in there just giving little knob jobs and all that stuff.
Well, that's why he was pissed. He was looking at who's sex and he couldn't compartmentalize it. He didn't know what he was seeing. I guarantee you their anatomy is different than ours. It's probably like Coneheads where they have that weird shit on their ass and no ass crack. It's gotta be something like that, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, real quick, Jesse,
put
up Kelly's comment about Bob's costume. Oh, here we go.
Screenshot that.
Oh,
Screenshot that. Tag every executive in Hollywood.
So Kelly thinks I can pull off time traveling Jesus. Thank you, Kelly.
I want to see. She's referring to the movie Fat Man, which I want to see so fucking badly. I want to see it.
I gotta be honest, man. I want Hallmark meeting Die Hard when Jesus travels through time.
Dude, you got it. You got it. It's on, man.
The tagline that Jesse said, that walk through timeline, I picture you with a cigarette and a machine gun.
Dude, absolutely. Absolutely.
Where's my fucking nativity?
No, dude, the cross that I'm bearing is actually a gigantic Gatling gun that I can flip around and unload on people, man.
Oh my God.
What was that from, like Cowboy Bebop or Trigun or something? Some dude had one of those. Yeah, man. So that'll be my secret weapon. You know, I can hit people with my Jesus magic powers, but outside of that, I've got my giant Gatling gun that's in the cross, man. Right. I just wear it on my back at all times. I'm not even bothered by it. Just like whatever, it's cool.
Once you see everybody's hands go up for the vote, you're just like,
now,
so
Jesse,
you want Barabbas? I'll give you Barabbas.
Jesse, Kelly also put another comment that I want to put on there. So I've seen Bob in this comment or in this costume, and I shit you not, it is screen accurate. And there, I'll try to find it. We'll post it on after the show. Yeah. There's a picture of Bob wearing it, just pounding a beer, and it is the best ever, man. It is so funny. Oh, and he wore that to a show that we did, and he was sweating his ass off in that thing on all the lights and everything. But he was loving it, man. Absolutely loving it. It's a fantastic costume. I'll talk to Bob, and we'll post the picture later tonight on the.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this,
dude. It's fantastic. It really is.
Kelly also, we have 2 more comments before we move on. Kelly answered our one question, the whole idea of it ain't Christmas until this movie's on. Die Hard is my holiday go-to movie. It's not Christmas unless Bruce Willis is killing terrorists. Absolutely. Amen to that. Amen Absolutely. To that. It's a Wonderful Lifetime.
That's actually a pretty good movie title for our movie.
It's a Wonderful Lifetime starring Jesus.
Yeah. We get Hallmark and Lifetime bidding. We start a bidding war. Right?
Hey, you know what? Lifetime bought the rights to a Colonel Sanders seduction movie. I think sky's the limit. That's great. Did you hear about that?
Sanders get like fucking become Maxim worthy. You know what I mean?
So are you talking about where Mario Lopez is going to play Colonel Sanders? I haven't had time to read into it. I've seen the post, and I'm just like,
I
what?
saw the picture, and I was like, this is real.
I mean, look, I'm glad Mario Lopez is still getting work. I know it's not steady for the guy. I feel bad for him, but it's just like, damn, man. I mean, I can't really say anything because you're getting work, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, like.
No, and I'll say this: this year the Macy's Day Parade for me was entitled "Macy's Day Parade." Please watch my fucking TV show on Peacock. Because every 5 seconds, Mario Lopez would cut in and be like, "Hey, you checking out Saved by the Bell?" And his kids are sitting there like there's a gun trained on him from off screen. It was really depressing.
I heard it wasn't that good. I'm still willing to check it out, but I have not heard good things.
They're trying to bank off of the Cobra Kai, which Cobra Kai did a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Next month, season 3, finally, after all this waiting, dude, I'm telling you, Terry Silver's showing up. Mark my words. That fucker is showing up. He's coming back. And then him and Kreese are going to have to battle for ownership of Cobra Kai. Meanwhile, Johnny is going to join Miyagi-Do, and him and Daniel are then going to go after Kreese and Terry Silver. You watch. I'm calling it right now. You watch. It's exactly what's going to happen.
I want Terry Silver to come back. First, you're going to hurt him. And after that, you're going to hurt him some more.
That's an epic line. God, I haven't heard that line in years.
I love the one part where he's signing like a legal document. Jeez, you can't spill toxic waste anywhere without somebody suing you. Or my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of the whole movie is when he has to play up the whole idea that he's poor and he doesn't have a lot of money. He has his 3 servants drive up 3 cars onto his parking lot, and he's looking at them. They're all beaters. They're like, I look weak in this. But this rusty pickup truck, it sets the right look. I'm like, this guy he's a sinister dude with an MBA who runs a multi-million-dollar company, puts his whole thing on hold to fuck with an 18-year-old and a veteran.
Yeah, I'm convinced there's like some pederastness to Terry Silver. I mean, I'm just saying, like, why else would you be doing this, right? Like, you got this old man and the kid. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, but let's get back on track. So favorite Christmas
That's
special.
you, Jesse. What's yours?
That's me. Oh, whoa. Well, the movie that really does it for me, that fits my anxiety and everything. It's Christmas Vacation. I love John Hughes.
Mine, you son of a bitch. I'm still gonna say it.
John Hughes wrote the hell out of that movie, and it's, in my opinion, the best vacation movie.
We can argue that with Vacation, but I'll give it to you for this.
Let me tell you something. It changes. I'll watch Vacation and then I'll say that's special.
Sure.
It bounces between those two. I think Christmas Vacation was, for me, it was great because it leaned into a movie that really didn't have a plot. It just had a feeling that we all had.
Yeah, there was no villain or anything. Yeah.
We just want to have the best Christmas. We want to give our family everything. The plot was a feeling, and watching these people lose their sanity over it all, over this stupid materialistic holiday, is fantastic. It's fantastic. Like watching Clark like have a infidelic montage with the girl coming out of the pool, like just shit like that. Just like he's losing his mind.
Hanging the Christmas lights scene.
Oh,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he worked really hard. Watchers work hard. My favorite.
Doris Roberts just delivers the lines in that movie, dude. When she's drunk in every scene, and when he can't get the lights on, she's like talking to the kids like, well, kids, she's got her martini glass. I hope you see what a horrible waste of resources this was. And then she like burps and she's like, oh, excuse me. I'm like, oh my God, it's fantastic.
One of my favorite lines that I laugh at all the time is like, all right, now we're going to say Grace. Grace died 10 years ago. Grace, the blessing. That uncle has that weird evil look on his face.
Uncle Lewis, man.
Uncle fucking Lewis.
Shitter's full will always be the line I laugh at.
Oh, Shitter's full.
Shitter's full. It's simple but effective. I understand that it's not well thought out. Maybe not going to go down in all-time like cinematography and all that kind of. It's just it's classic. Every time he says Shitter's full.
if you want to punch yourself in the testicles metaphorically really hard, watch Christmas Vacation 2, where it's
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't know
Uncle Eddie and his cousin Eddie and his family win a trip to Hawaii, and they get stranded on Hawaiian Island.
Oh, that does not sound good at all. But
No.
we're also missing a very key component to Christmas Vacation, and that is Brian Doyle Murray, man. He brings it. Anything he is in, he brings it.
Yes.
He's such a good supporting character. He can play an asshole, and he can kind of redeem himself at the end. Like any movie the guy's in. I mean, dude, even in Cabin Boy, he redeems himself for being an asshole.
Yeah. He doesn't have that many lines in the first Wayne's World, but the lines that he has, he fucking delivers. Like you said, I think that might have been the first movie I saw him in was Wayne's World because I was so young and it was like somewhat appropriate for a kid.
Sure.
And I saw him and I was like, every time I see anyone who resembles him or has that voice, I'm gonna think asshole boss, asshole corporate rich douchebag. I'm gonna think that.
When he tells the story about the arcade game that's impossible to beat, so kids just be putting in quarters.
Yeah.
I'm like, there it is, man. There it is. A true entrepreneur right there.
I played 7 games like that. I know that fucking guy.
Right, I'm not playing that game anymore. It took all my money. Now I can't play Simpsons. Fuck you, Noah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he starred in he wrote one of the greatest comedies ever. And I want to see if anybody can think what it is. It's one that'll make you go, what? And he was also in it.
Did he wrote?
He wrote. Oh, yeah. This is something that's little known. He wrote Caddyshack.
He wrote Caddyshack? I did not realize that.
He did. He co-wrote
That
it.
was the second movie I saw him in, and that's when I was like,
oh, shit. I didn't even realize in that movie a bunch of times, and I didn't realize that.
I didn't know he wrote it.
The guy's name should be more well known than it actually is. Like, everybody knows him, but the dude he wrote Caddyshack. He wrote with Doug Kenny and I'm blanking on the third guy's name. But yeah. But anyways, great point. He's a great addition to. He's kind of like almost the metaphoric Scrooge boss that we all have around the holiday.
There you go.
Because the moment he breaks down when he gets the bonus. I mean, how many times during the holidays have we had that moment? It might not have been over a bonus.
Yeah.
I've got it right here. A reboot of A Christmas Story. Brian Doyle Murray as Scrooge. Yeah? You with me?
You mean Christmas Carol.
Oh, Christmas Carol. Yeah, sorry, Christmas
Carol. I know what you mean, though.
I believed it.
And then as Jacob Marley, we get Vince Vaughn to do it.
Yeah. Jesus. I paid more.
With chains. Chains.
Who do we get
to be the proper Jacob Marley? He's got to have the chains.
I'll drop money on that. I will drop money right on that.
Think about it.
Now we're going to jump over. Oh, sorry. What?
I was going to say, think about how good Brian Doyle would be because Bill played Scrooge already.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be fantastic.
Brian Doyle might be a better Scrooge, honestly.
I think he could be, honestly, because, I mean, his delivery in comedy is completely different from Bill's. So it would be a totally different experience.
Yeah, it would. Well, right now, let's talk about the top 5 Christmas specials according to rankings.
Okay, here we go.
Get good.
So we're going to talk about
Wonderful Life is on there. Blah, 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 blah.
Which I love how Wonderful Life is a bullshit reason for that to be a movie. It got shoehorned into being a Christmas movie because it lost its rights and became public domain, and some company bought it, and then they shoehorned it into the holiday spirit until it became a holiday movie. It's a really
they were even making bad decisions in Hollywood all the way back then. So there you go.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
They weren't even talking in the fucking things until 1920s.
They're motion pictures now. Oh my God.
These talkies are great.
These talkies. There you go. Talkies.
Keep it going. Keep it going. We need
it going. Where's the sandwich girl?
All right, Jesse. What's this top 5 list?
Number 1, I'll start 5. I'll start with 5 so we can build it up. Number 5 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the classic claymation.
Just watched that with my daughter a couple nights ago. Let me tell you, it's interesting. Watch it as an adult through an adult lens, and you're like, holy shit, Santa is a fucking asshole in that movie. Rudolph's dad, Donner, is a prick too. They are assholes in that movie.
Yeah,
assholes, man. All of them are.
Give me an example. How is you really pointed up Donner? You really
because he's like, Rudolph, don't let me down. You need to study now to get this job that I'm telling you need to get. And if you don't cover your red nose, you won't get it. You're going to disgrace his family. So you're going to put this goddamn mud on your nose and keep it on there and make me proud, boy. Like, dude, that's straight up what it's like. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that aggressive.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to rewatch that. You
Rewatch it. And then
more.
So after you watch that, then go on YouTube because it's there. Find Mad TV's Ranging Rudolph, where they did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but Goodfellas style. It is the fucking best thing ever.
Oh, I think I have seen that.
Oh, it's amazing. They even put the elf's head in the vice, dude. It's so awesome.
Will Sasso's in that, isn't he?
What's that?
Isn't Will Sasso in that sketch?
Yes.
Yep, I've seen it. That's a
dude,
good
it's
sketch.
so good. It's so good. All right.
That's
what's the next one?
Messed up. All right, so coming in at number 4, Home Alone, the classic.
Oh, for sure. Love Home Alone. You know they shot that movie in an abandoned school gymnasium. That's where they built most of the sets.
Really?
And then they shot the exterior at a real house in a real neighborhood, and they kept getting panicky because anytime it snowed, they had to call the homeowners and ask if they could go shoot to get the shots. So they came down to the wire at the end on those shots for the snowing.
Wow.
Little tit for tat there.
That is pretty cool.
I respect that.
That movie is one of the greatest slapstick movies in the 90s. I mean, here's the thing. It had just such a good payoff formula.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, fear. Final act. Let's finally fight back.
Oh.
And then we stuck around for the second movie. We loved it.
Hey, look, don't talk shit about the second one. I realize the problems, but I fucking love it too. When Marv's getting hit with the bricks, and you're like, "How are you not dead?" Like,
to this day,
going to New York, and he survived.
Right, he survived.
To this day,
Twin Towers, and they cut that scene from the TV version.
You couldn't drop a grown adult in New York and expect them to survive in 3 days. Like,
no, I was there for 5 days, and I still don't know what New York is.
But okay,
it's the same building over and over.
But remember, they painted. They tried to bring life back into it, and they painted in the 90s to make it better. Remember, it went through the whole painting again. Yeah. So with Home Alone, let me ask this, and I'll go ahead and start. Favorite trap at the end, and you can do Home Alone or Home Alone 2. I'm gonna do Home Alone. It's when he takes Buzz's tarantula and puts it on Marv's face. Because, like, the music's all intense and it's building up to it, and he picks it up, and it's like a slow-mo top-down shot of the spider slowly lowering on his face.
Yeah.
And that scream that he lets out. Any one of us would scream that exact same way. If someone dropped a gigantic fucking spider right on your eye, you would be flipping out. So I love Daniel Stern's reaction. That was just so perfect. So perfect.
Watching Joe Pesci in the second movie do a headstand on a toilet because his head's on fire.
Yeah.
Kerosene. How is he not dead? How did that not kill him?
And then you see an exterior shot, and then you just see pow.
Like, how are you not dead?
With like water. That's what you look like.
So people remember that wasn't water that was in the toilet. He clutched his head to get in fire.
Kerosene, yep.
It just shows you how fucked up Kevin McAllister is. He's trying to kill these men. I mean, what happened to his childhood? He seemed like he had a normal family.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have a hard time just putting Lego sets together with directions. This fucker booby trapped an entire house.
He sure did.
Let's say 2 hours. Because I would say that was a very quick turnaround.
He's a kid. He's got tenacity. He got that shit done in time. Time management. No one in that house to bother him. No mom giving him any bullshit or lip. He could just do what he needed to do and get it done, man.
Before we move on, I have to say I always loved the third movie, the implausible plot they had. Where I
don't even remember it. It was so bad.
It's Alex, a new character. He's up against 4 North Korean hired terrorists. That movie should have ended with a videotape going back to the house with a head.
Right.
That's how that movie should have ended.
Oh
You know,
my
that
God.
reminds me of that Dave Chappelle joke where he was like, if they really had Home Alone, they'd have just walked in and shot the little motherfucker.
Right, exactly. Kill that kid, done with it, take the shit and go, man.
My
Whip
favorite, I think my favorite trap was the ropes because of the dialogue that Marv and Harry had, where he's like,
Oh yeah.
"You wearing aftershave, Harry?" Like, that's not aftershave, that's kerosene. Or that's not aftershave, that's kerosene, Mom.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Why would somebody soak a rope in kerosene?
Well, if Joe Pesci already recognized it was kerosene, why did he continue to climb down it? He clearly knew before Marv made the comment. Why didn't you stop?
Yep.
Like,
And
there's
then
really a reason for this.
To
Use your
piggyback-
deductive reasoning. Like, what are you doing, man?
to piggyback off that, in Home Alone 2, when Macaulay Culkin decks those two in the head with bricks, and then they flip the switch, and they're there, and Marv just goes, "Hey kid, suck brick!" And he misses.
That was
Oh
brilliant.
my God. Yeah, so definitely Home Alone films on there.
Oh, yeah.
What's next on our list?
Elf. We have Elf.
I'm not a big fan of Elf. I'm not going to lie. I like the first like 20 minutes and then I don't care for the rest of the movie.
It falls. Here's the thing. It didn't age really well. I mean, I like it, and here's the reason why I like it. Not because it's a Will Ferrell movie.
Boring.
It loses steam. It loses steam.
Like, why am I watching this? I got everything already. I'm good.
Yeah, I lost steam for me. I mean, I like it because it's a Jon Favreau movie.
Sure.
But man, because I love Jon Favreau as a director right now, the guy should be given the keys to Star Wars right
Absolutely. Everybody agrees.
now. Everybody agrees.
Everybody agrees.
Let's move on to the next one. Oh, here's another John Hughes classic. We talked about Home Alone. National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, number 2.
Yeah. I can't believe that's not number 1. Guarantee you Fucking Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street.
Please say great.
No one cares about these lame-ass movies from the
I
50s
agree.
anymore. Like my parents do, but they're boomers. No one gives a shit past that. Like, so let's just get rid of it now. I mean, not get rid of it, but let's make room for the newer shit. You know
You
what I
don't
mean?
give a shit about it.
Big Christmas special again.
I think it's a good movie, but you know, I understand your
Look,
frustration.
Drunk Santa is great. That's the best part of the whole movie when he's fucked up on the back of that truck. That's the best part right there.
What's everybody's guess for what is number 1?
Oh, you heard mine.
I'm gonna go with some positivity and say it's got to be The Grinch.
Which
Oh,
Grinch?
okay.
Which Grinch?
I would say Jim Carrey's.
Okay. I'll give you. I'm going to say, in this case, Ty had it very close. It's the Boris Karloff version.
There we
cartoon.
go. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fair. I like that version.
Directed by legendary cartoonist Chuck Jones,
Yep.
who is one of the fathers of all the Looney Tunes and everything. Guy's a genius. But
That's why it's probably so fucking good.
There's go ahead, Ty. Sorry.
I was gonna say Jim Carrey. I would have said the Jim Carrey version just because I feel like we
I
all
love that
kind of had an attachment to it because of it was released in 2001 or whatever.
I was already a grown adult by then.
Yeah. But still, I think it went to a whole new level when we all found out some years later that Jim Carrey sat still for like 8 hours.
Oh, insane. And then that he was even talking about how they had to put all the hairs in and he had to sit still for all that. Like
he did that shit.
Oh, he did. He did.
yeah,
Interesting fact though about the Chuck Jones animation. Well, not an interesting fact, but I saw a meme the other day that was hilarious, and it was like, you would be a Grinch too if the entire town kept singing songs about how you were an asshole and sucked nonstop. And I'm like, exactly. I would fucking hate living there too.
True.
Oh, cool. You guys gonna talk shit about me all year again? Well, fuck you. I'm going up to live in the mountain. I don't want nothing to do with you, and I'm gonna take your Christmas from you. That'll teach you to talk shit.
I felt very betrayed at by the Grinch, and I'll tell you why. Because I rooted for that fucker for all that whole movie, and then he finally gets to do what he wants to do and throws gifts off the cliff. He doesn't, and I'm a Grinch around the holidays. I'm a little Grinchy at times. I get so miserable. Here's how I would redirect my ending. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Lucy who whatever the fuck her name is. No, stop! Don't do it. And then she in the struggle, she falls off the cliff, dies, and then they're like, "Oh God, we gotta cover this up." Throws all the gifts down. She totally forgot him. Christmas, because Christmas didn't happen, the city of Whoville goes into a recession. Not many of them live. And then the Grinch, he's immune to whatever pandemic occurs, and he just lives in Whoville happily. Amen.
After they've all died out because they have no healthcare or anything, like their economy dries up, no one's got any money.
Yes.
But the old Grinch, man, he just makes his home down there. I love it.
He
Love it.
punches a hole right through
the snowflake that was Whoville flew down into a gutter and got ran over by 100 cars.
There you go.
And it's
There you go.
washing shit now. It's January snow. The
those
ugly
materialistic pricks. I mean, they are.
I know. The older you get, the more you side with the Grinch. You're like, well, I get it.
Absolutely.
These fucking people. I worked in retail. I worked at a.
Oh, I did too, my friend.
You know how many people came up there pissed off because they waited until December fucking 24th to get whatever goddamn stupid traditional dish they get every year. They gotta come in. Why don't you have any cranberry sauce? I don't know. We've had it since July. You cocksucker.
Right. I worked at Toys R Us from 1997 to 2000, and let me tell you how many grown-ass men I saw cry when they would come in and we didn't have any Furbies, and they realized they ruined their kids' Christmas. It was not a pretty sight. I'm just like, do you need a minute? Like, can I get you something? Like, I feel bad, but I mean,
couldn't handle the emotional attachment there.
It was a roller coaster. I saw people fighting over Play-Doh on day after Thanksgiving because it was $1.99 instead of $2.99.
Yes.
Or people fighting over the $5 Monopoly set that's usually $10 because that's what we choose to fight about on the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. All right, we're all becoming Whoville from the Jim Carrey movie. We're a bunch of key party orgy having fucking materialistic assholes.
Yeah, and up in the north, up in the mountains, it's a cave full of fucking comics.
Sure is. I'll go up there. Let's go up there right now.
Oh, dude, we're all hanging out in Jim Carrey's house.
There we go. Definitely. And he has all that shit. He can build us stuff.
Fuck yeah.
He's got all that garbage. You'd build me something, man.
Oh, dude. It has everything comedians love. A group full of people who hate stuff and dogs.
There you go. There it is. Done.
What more do you need if you're a comic?
Endless entertainment for comedians.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Jesse, we've got another topic to cover, right?
We're gonna skip a few, but I'm gonna try to mix it in with everything. All right, because we had a lot of fun talking about the special. It seemed like we all needed a good Christmas venting before the holidays occurred. So
trust me, I am not a fan of Christmas.
So let's continue it. Merry fucking Christmas.
Shit. All right. So what's this topic? What are we talking about here?
I chose this one because I feel like it's going to bring us to the end. I feel like it will, because I think all of us, and I want to hear everybody's comment. Give me the worst Christmas memory you have. I mean, the one where you can't talk to a certain family member, you can't watch a commercial without crying, you can't hold a toy without thinking how much you hate your child, something like that. For me, I'm going to start off. Christmas is okay. So let me give you the whole Christmas at my house. All right. So we have to get to mass 2 hours early because we have to get front row seats for my grandmother. I have to sweat like bullets looking at the priest. The priest is going, and then for me, like, no, he wouldn't do that. But anyways, the problem was I was trying not to laugh during mass because I would laugh because here's the reason why. Because the guy had kind of a mumble and he wouldn't pronounce or enunciate words correctly.
I feel like they all do. Like all fathers do at some point, right? That's like a thing.
It's like
he tries to say Jesus did not see, but he slurred the whole thing. He was like, Jesus the Nazi. And I'm like, and now I'm losing it. Everybody's telling me, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit, that's great.
So then we have to go.
How do you not laugh at that?
You can't. Then I have to go to Seven Fish Christmas, which is where our house smells like a Boston dock for 30 days afterwards. We have all sorts of fish, squid, everything. And then we have everything is so timed. We have to be so concise with our times. And then we wake up in the morning. We have to have this giant breakfast. And then 2 hours later, we have to have a giant dinner. We have to eat all the food because if we don't eat all our food, it looks like we're being disrespectful. And we have to make sure we have perfect gifts for everybody. And if they're not perfect gifts, then somebody's going to cry. And I got yelled at one year because like, your sister deserved better than that. And I'm I'm like, I was a thoughtful gift. I'm crying looking at Walmart. Like, is Walmart open? I am like crying. And like, oh God.
Man.
So I have a question for you, Jesse.
Yeah.
When you went to Mass and you took communion, this is important.
Okay.
Did you make that man stick his fingers in your mouth with that biscuit, or did you accept it in your hand?
I accept it into my hands, but if I know the person and I'm first in line, I do it as a dominance. Like,
There you go. Gotta let him know who's the boss. Just stick it out and be like,
lay it down.
you play.
Dude, quick
Maybe you can
sidebar.
pull it back when his fingers are still there, so like one of them goes in your mouth and it makes it really uncomfortable.
Quick sidebar about the body of Christ and not treating it with the reverence it deserved. I got the body of Christ. You get it for the first time in second grade at the school I went to.
Oh,
so
wow.
we go there on the Sunday and we get it. It's in front of everybody. It's Sunday Mass. It's a big show. We're headlining. We go up and we get it for the first time. It's awesome. The following like Tuesday or something, we had our school Mass where like certain grades go to Mass on that day. So it was like us, third grade and fourth grade, I think, or something like that. And I went up and got communion, and one of the kids in my class that wasn't Catholic was just like sitting in the pew, and I looked at him and I went, and I put right on my tongue. Bro, the only nun we had at our school saw me. And I thought I was about to get suplexed to hell.
I was going to say, you probably got the shit kicked out of you, man.
Bro, she was so nice.
Really?
She gathered us all after Mass and explained why it was wrong and never brought my name up. She didn't name names.
Wow.
She was a real one.
Wow.
She delivered the message without ratting me the fuck out, even though everybody saw me go, ah. Like I'm Michael Jordan, I just hit a jump shot. Ah.
That's a damn good nun right there.
Our Savior. Look at that. And I'm just like, ah.
Oh God.
All right, so Ty, does that count as your fucked up Christmas memory? Or you got a different one?
No, that was closer to Easter.
Okay.
My Christmas memory that sucked the most, besides having to work, I'm just going to mark that as a default. There's two. Jesse knows one of them. He was there. I've actually had pretty good Christmases in my life. And for a kid who grew up poor, that's actually saying something.
There you go, man.
I don't know who my parents had to kill to get the money for Christmas every year. But they did a damn good job. And it's been more than 7 years, so fuck you. You can't do shit. When I was with the one that Jesse knows, last year, it was the roast of Santa Claus, and I was Santa, right?
Oh, nice.
Had a terrible day at work, and I was like, fuck it, we still got this roast. You know, I got some jokes in my head. I know what I'm going to do a little bit here, and it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a performance. I show up to the roast. I put the Santa beard on. I don't know what happened, but the Santa beard, some of the cotton went in my mouth.
Oh.
And I immediately had a panic attack because if you swallow too much cotton, you die. It gets in your bloodstream and it fucks you up. That's why Marlon Brando's a goddamn good actor, because he kept it in his mouth the whole time. He didn't die. So I'm in the fucking bathroom of the green room just going, ha, ha, ha. Tears rolling down my face. I'm fucked up. Like I can't even think straight. I look like a new starlet that just filmed their first blow bang. I got tears running down my face. Fucking costume's all fucked up. My hair's fucked up. I didn't know what to do. And then I go out there and I got fried. It's the only roast that I've been at where I fucking was the worst one by far.
No,
He cooked me. The fucking bunny rabbit cooked me. We had the Easter bunny. He cooked me. Rudolph cooked me. I got fried, and it was hilarious. Though it was a great show. I will say that. I fucking cracked up. But my roast at the end, it turned into more of like a heel wrestler rant because collectively behind my back, the entire ensemble decided we're gonna make Santa out to be a fucking white supremacist.
Which we did.
So after my jokes were falling flat, I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to go full Ric Flair and kind of saved it a little bit. But
there you go.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die up until showtime. I thought I was going to die because I was just like, ah, in the fucking green room.
So, and one of the sweeter moments of that story, so let me put a bow on it real quick.
That's awesome.
that one of our comedian friends had a child. And it was his first Christmas, and her first that baby's first Christmas picture with Santa was with this asshole.
Oh, wow. You have a real memory with that child,
I
Ty.
had like 3 draft beers, and they're like, "You want to hold our kid and take a picture?" And I'm like,
Sure, put him on my lap.
"Hold on, let me fix his beard."
And put my beard down. Put this bong over here. Get ready for this picture.
Like, you said what?
Yeah.
Don't call for a baby. But I will say the only other one that would have even come close to that was same year, 2nd grade, that Christmas. I tricked myself into thinking I was going to get a dog for Christmas. I had been straight up asking my mom for a dog all year. She's like, "Ty, you're allergic." We literally.
She wasn't getting you that dog, man.
No, I was allergic. She used to take me to get allergy shots every fucking week, her and my grandma. And I got allergy shots because I couldn't handle being around dogs. And I'm like, "Are we going to put me out for Christmas?" And my mom's like, "No, you're allergic." And I still in my head was like, she's lying. She wasn't.
She wasn't.
She
found
wasn't.
out.
She's like, "I already told Santa. He's not bringing you shit when it comes to further away pets.
No pets, Santa.
No pets, son."
I love when you tell stories and every character in your story seems like they're a heel in wrestling.
Right.
They always have these like really violent hand signals, like "listen up, no, not this." It's just like,
And you're going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. Fuck you.
Only if Paul Bear shows up. If Paul Bear shows up, we're good. So that was my dude.
R.I.P. Paul Bear.
But so Christmas for me, I'm with you, Ty. I actually had really good Christmases, believe it or not. We always had Santa come over to my grandma's every Christmas Eve, and we kind of did that, and always had great Christmases with the family. But every other Christmas, I had to go to my biological father's house, and he was an alcoholic and a drug addict. So, I would still have Christmas Eve and Christmas morning at my parents' house, but then every other Christmas day, I would go to my biological father's house. And I mean, he would get the good gifts, he got me Nintendo, Game Boy, the toys that I want, but he would be shit-faced by the end of the day, and then he would start arguing with the woman that he lived with because they were drunk, and then they all wanted to get on drugs. And I remember there was one year I got this like Captain America toy, and I was so pumped to play with it. And then he got me this book, and I really wasn't into the book, and he got all pissed off and was like yelling and screaming about it, saying I didn't appreciate anything. I'm like, but I'm playing with the toy you got me. So it was like that, right? Really sad. But, that's what toughened me up, going through that. But so I don't really have an actual bad Christmas. My Christmases were great, but I do have a bad Easter story, and I'm going to go ahead and share it.
Yeah.
If you shared a semi-Easter story, I'll do that because that's actually the closest holiday I have to an actual bad memory. Holidays are actually pretty good for old John. So it was Easter morning. Oh man, I think I was probably 9 or 10. So my brother would have been like 5 or 6. And, we each got an Easter basket every year, and they were always identical. That way we'd never fight over anything until we started to get a little bit older. And then there'd be a couple unique items to us in each basket to make it a little more personal. Like when I got older, my mom would get me like Eagles CDs and stuff, AC/DC, so I could start jamming out when I got my own stereo, that type of thing. So, but I remember this specifically. I came downstairs, and this is how I actually figured out. Like, I had already been thinking this shit wasn't real, but I wasn't ready to accept it yet. This is how I figured it out, other than finding presents in my mom's closet because she forgot they were in there. I went downstairs at like 5 a.m. to look at the Easter baskets, and I noticed that in my brother's Easter basket, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy that was Donatello, and it was a wind-up one that dove underwater and came up, and man, I fucking wanted that. I wanted that, and I didn't have it in my basket. So I was like, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to switch this, and no one's going to know because the Easter Bunny brought it. Oh, man. When my brother and I came down a couple hours later, I was like, oh, awesome. It was just like Cartman. I was like, oh, Aaron, look what I got. It's so awesome. I got this Ninja Turtle toy and you didn't. Check this out. So he started bawling, like hysterically crying. Okay, this is like 7 a.m. in our house. My parents are still asleep. He's hysterically crying. They come down to see what's wrong, and I'm just explaining it. And they're all like, no, no, that's totally wrong. That wasn't there. My mom's like, well, I came down to get a glass of water at midnight and the Easter Bunny already came and I saw that in that basket. We know you're lying. We know you switched it. And I'm like, no, I swear it was mine. And I'm thinking, how do they know this? How do they know this? So they were so pissed, dude. I got reamed. And then as punishment, I had to spend my Easter day in the basement because my dad was a fine woodworker, and all of his planers and shop tools and drill presses and lathes and saws and table saws and band saws and jigsaws and everything he has there. There's all these piles of wood shavings and dust and shit everywhere. I had to spend all day in that basement cleaning it like spotless.
I could smell it.
So
I can smell that one, yeah.
it was during that time in the basement where my 9-year-old mind finally rationalized everything. And I was like, that's why I got busted. I'm like, that's them. This isn't real. I knew it wasn't, but I wasn't quite ready to admit it. And I'm like, that's why. I'm like, this is all bullshit. That's why I got in trouble. And then I hated Easter for like 3 years. And they sucks. Like, I don't want to get in trouble again.
I don't want to go eat ham and fucking watch the bunny hop.
So that, it's not necessarily a Christmas fucked up memory because, like I said, I actually have really great holiday memories. But that Easter, man, I fucked up big time. And that's also how I finally rationalized none of it was real. I was pissed off. Dude, I was so mad all day.
I would be too. I fucking would be too. I'll tell you what, I had a similar experience. When I was in 4th grade, my brother was in 1st grade. One of the parents of the kids in his class gave her daughter to give to the students. They said, this is reindeer food. It was basically like Fruity Pebbles. And they just put it in the bag. They're like, this is reindeer food. Sprinkle it out front, and then the reindeer can eat it. So that way the reindeer get a treat and Santa gets a treat.
The only thing coming are ants, but continue.
I sprinkled it. I took the bag. I sprinkled it out there. Me and my brother, we sprinkled the fucking Fruity Pebbles out there in the front yard. Mind you, we got 3 inches of snow because December in Ohio, that's what it does. I go out there to look Christmas Day morning, and those fucking Fruity Pebbles are sitting right there. And I'm like, yeah. On top of the scumbag kids that are always the first ones in your friend group to tell you.
Oh, yeah. There were already.
But you don't want to believe them because they've been scumbags since like preschool.
Yeah, you're like, fuck you, man. You don't
like, you lied about everything. You told me you had an Xbox before it ever came out.
That's a thing
about. You don't believe them, but yeah, when I had the fucking physical evidence, I'm like, those reindeer wouldn't let Santa eat and them not eat.
Yep, that's right.
So yeah.
I always felt those dickish kids that tell you that Santa's not real. They're like a really mean, aggressive Morbius from Matrix. Like instead of giving you a choice with the pills, it's like if you take the red pill, everything is the same. If you take the blue pill, I'll tell you the secret about Santa. But instead they're like,
you're the secret about Santa every time.
It's like that person that always has to spoil every movie and TV show. Like the guy that drove by the Harry Potter line and was like, Snape kills Dumbledore when they're all waiting in line to buy the book. It's that kid. That kid is the one that told everyone there was no Santa in
Absolutely. Some people really get their rocks off about that, and it's disgusting behavior.
Well, did you hear what happened?
Sorry, go ahead.
Did you hear what happened to the Force Awakens when that movie came out? Some guy walked out of the first showing and yelled to the second line of people, Han Solo dies. And everybody in that line just organized and kicked and river danced the fucking kid's face off. They just fucked him up.
I love how you say everybody in line just came together, organized, and then just beat the shit out of this guy.
Dude, they organized. Here's the thing. It's very rare in this country when complete strangers can come together with a single cause that they all believe in. And these people believed in one thing. This guy needs to get his ass kicked for ruining something very special to all those kids. Because you got to keep in mind, when the George Lucas movies were done, the second prequel, we didn't know there was going to be any more Star Wars. Hell, there was a 30-year drought before we saw another one. You know? Sure. So the fact that a new movie was coming out, despite the fact that the new trilogy isn't that great, it's still Star Wars. It's still a moment in time. And they took it away. Yeah. Oh god, they came together, dude. They beat the.
That's hilarious. That's so fun. It's like someone on a flight with like terrorists. Like, hey, we're gonna come together and take these terrorists out. It might kill us, but we're gonna take them out. Like they came together and they fucked that dude up, man.
Good. We will band together. If we are never allowed in another movie theater from here to Timbuktu, we are gonna, so help me God, beat this guy for every spoiler he's ruined. Because you're right, it's the same fucking kid. This kid has probably ruined Christmases, Easters, birthdays, all of it.
Dude, Tooth Fairy, man. Tooth Fairy.
I'm telling you, this is the same kid, and he's had it coming.
Yeah,
instead of one kid when he was 8,
got his ass beat.
Yep, he got his comeuppance all at once, and thank God.
Before we wrap up, and this has been a great. I want at least everybody to give one movie recommendation to a Christmas movie that you want other people to watch to spread joy, spread cheers. This is a tough time of year, especially during a pandemic. Yep. So I always say giving a movie to somebody to watch, not only are you giving them some joy, but you're giving them a piece of your personality to that person, something that reflected. So the movie choice I want to give out to everybody is A Muppet's Christmas Carol. It's still streaming on Disney Plus. I love that movie. And here's the thing. They quote Dickens straight from the book numerous times. And I know Dickens because I've been in Uptown Scrooge with Good Medicine Production. So I know all the lines. I can actually do Nephew Fred's monologue from the book. I still have it memorized. So it's a very sweet movie. So check it out, everybody. What's anybody else's recommendation?
Ty, go ahead with yours. I'll go last.
All right. Once again, I have a tie, but I'll make it quick. One is going to be Christmas Every Day.
That sounds like a horror film.
It's kind of Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah, okay. It is.
I'm in. It's kind of Twilight. I want to say the guy's name. Is it Ethan? Who's the kid? He played. I think it's the same dude that plays Ethan on Lizzie McGuire. That's the main character, isn't it?
Oh, that's the fuck would I know who's in Lizzie McGuire, dude?
It's a baller ass show, dude.
I mean, I guess if you're a 10-year-old girl, not a 40-year-old man.
I was a 10-year-old boy, and I fucking loved it.
Hillary, I keep forgetting you guys are like 15 years younger than me. I keep forgetting this.
All right, bottom line though, Christmas Every Day, really good fucking movie. Basically, this kid, he wakes up and he wishes for Christmas every day. But every time he wakes up, even though it's Christmas Day, he tries to get ahead of it. He's like, "Oh, I know what's gonna happen," and then a little butterfly effect thing, like. Because he pre-plans something, it ricochets and becomes a whole nother event. He ends up
that.
Yep. It's actually a really good movie. And it also teaches you it would help. I think it helps. It always helped me. And this is going to be like a corny way to say it, but it helped me deal with the realization that Christmas is only meant to be for one time a year. Mm. You know what I mean? Like it's only supposed to be, and you can really enjoy it after Thanksgiving, but up until Christmas or even New Year's. But you don't need that all the time. And there's a reason for it, and you just find that out. So I think it helps with that. And it's just a really good movie. I fucking love it. I still love it to this day. I'm going to try and watch it before Christmas Day. But that's one. And then here's a fucking deep cut.
Yeah. He pulls out his phone.
Right.
Special Delivery.
Is that a fucking Larry the Cable Guy movie?
Is that a Paul Rudd movie?
Andy Dick's in it.
Oh, there you go. There it is, an Andy Dick film. There
Andy
it
Dick's
is.
in it, and he bonds with this little girl. And
was that a pre-Me Too movie?
Yeah. Well, I know I worded that terribly.
You did word that very terribly.
You did.
I worded that terribly, especially for Andy Dick. You can't. I tried to make the guy look wholesome. I'm trying. But this movie is super fucking wholesome. And, like, it's a whole meaning of Christmas thing, and him and this family hates him, but the girl sees the good in him, and it's like they do this little handshake where they do that, and it's adorable. It's a really good coming of age. Not that they do that. It's a very peaceful. I feel like Larry David right now trying to explain that episode of talking about the 9-year-old texting him. I feel like that right now, and I'm not that. I'm telling you, this is a wholesome fucking movie. And it came out in 2000. It's called Special Delivery with Andy Dick.
All right.
It's a good movie. I think it has to do with packages and shipping, and materialism's bad. Fame is good.
So it's like Castaway.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the plane crash and the island and everything.
Andy Dick is where he's not supposed to be, and he somehow makes it work.
He somehow makes it work.
He's not supposed to be a family
right
movie,
there.
and somehow, despite all the cocaine and alcohol, he toned it down enough to make this family movie wholesome.
All right, well, we're about out of time, but I'll share mine real quick. I don't want to get fully into it because in 2 weeks we're going to be talking about our favorite Christmas horror films, which is where this one fits in. So I don't want to go too much into it, but I would gift somebody Krampus. And the reason I would gift this to somebody is because this is for all the people like me, all the assholes that shit on Christmas, all the ungrateful little bastards that run around and tell kids there's no Santa, all the kids that bitch about, you bought me the wrong bike, I wanted an Xbox, not this PlayStation bullshit. Well, fuck you, kid. Guess what? We're going to completely kill your entire family, make you beg for your life, and then still throw you in the pit of hell and capture you into Christmas purgatory for the rest of your existence. There it is. So if you got that little dipshit running around your house bitching up a storm, put that movie on and say, this is going to fucking happen to you if you don't straighten up. Scare the shit out of that kid. I guarantee you 20 years, he's going to be on this show saying, man, my dad made me watch Krampus when I was 8 years old and it scared the fucking shit out of me. I've loved Christmas ever since. I fucking love it right now. You watch. Get that kid on the show 20 years from now. You watch.
You'll make him a better kid, I guarantee it.
Absolutely. Got to toughen them little bastards up.
All right. Well, we got to wrap up, but real quick, I just want to get two last comments in. Bob said post the picture.
Perfect.
I'll work my ass off in making the costume. Everyone needs to see it.
We'll post it.
And our good friend Nicole, who's a bridesmaid in my wedding. How you doing, Nicole? She said
Nicole.
preach. She said preach during the. Oh yeah, you guys were all at the wedding. Sorry, I'm an idiot. She said preach during the Star Wars thing. So I think me and her have a lot of Star Wars debates, so she's really fun to talk to about that. But right now, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for everybody listening in. Like I said, Nicole, Kelly, Sandy, everybody that commented. Ty Moore, thank you so much for listening or tuning in and joining us on this show.
Eventually.
Special shout out. Me and Ty will be doing a Zoom stand-up comedy show this Friday. Check out my website, jessepimpinello.com. All the details are right there. It'll be me and Ty. It's going to be a good time. And here's the thing. It ain't one of those boring Zoom comedy shows where you talk the negative things. People react. You hear laughter. It's a good time. So
and we're doing a panel at the end. We're taking your questions.
And we're taking questions, yes. So you can put us on the hot seat and give us all the fun questions that you want to have.
have a legal team lined up. We're ready for you.
I'll be your legal team. I'll be on there. I got one of those legal cards. I'm good. And if we need anything, Zoom. We're all right. We're good.
All right. Well, we got to wrap up. Anyways, thank you for everybody listening in. Like I said, check us out on YouTube tomorrow. We'll have this whole entire episode up, and make sure you like and subscribe. And again, fall in love and just make memories with us, okay? We love the show. We love the show, and we want you to love it. And as always, Max Rowland, thank you for our graphic designs. Big thanks to our producer, Vance. Thank you so much to you, the fans. And until next time, I'm Jesse.
And I'm John.
And you've been sitting at the grown-ups table. Thank you, and have an awesome night, everybody.
I love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in.